Now keep in mind, this is a trend-based Fibonacci extension from the high to the low. We have assets like Quant or QNT, even Matic of Polygon. They both reached a full 34 Fibonacci extension. What would that price be for HBAR? What's up guys, Kate here with another cryptocurrency update. Let's kick it off. So first things first, on Hedera.com we had this news coming from Coinbase and Center. We can see that we have approximately $9 million of USDC, US dollar coin of Center and Circle, huge firms, minted on Hedera. So USDC on Hedera offers the scalability, low transaction fees, and fast settlement times expected by end users of both startup and enterprise applications built on the Hedera network. So we have this in tandem with Ubisoft, one of the biggest global gaming companies in the world, joining the Hedera Governing Council with the likes of other companies such as, we could say Google, FIS, etc. So very powerful things for Hedera. And also something to note right here, the use case, DeFi, payments, in the overview. USDC on Hedera is a stablecoin brought to you by Circle and Coinbase on the Hedera network. From seeing this, it is just a matter of time before Coinbase does in fact list HBAR. It's been in many blogs over the past few years, side by side with assets like VeChain, Ontology, etc. And what challenge is this solving? Well, the challenge today is that Hedera required on and off ramps in forms of a stable fiat currency, enter USDC, for use by decentralized finance applications or dApps and end users. The currency must be minted natively on Hedera to ensure ease of use when exchanged with fungible and non-fungible tokens. So the solution, bringing US dollar coin on Hedera, brings the benefits of a fiat-backed currency to end users and applications built on Hedera's network. And keep in mind, this can apply to a variety of other assets and networks, including Algorand and Stellar. It offers high transaction scalability, 3-second settlement times, and low, predictable transaction fees of 0.0001 US dollar paid in HBAR. And right here, initial applications on Hedera utilizing USDC for payments and micropayments include, we have, Galaxy, we have Drop, we have TOKO or Toka, we have Taskbar, etc. And a variety of other applications being built, including these network bridge applications such as Saucer Swap, Hash Access, and Hashports. So the usage of USDC on Hedera is positioned well to increase substantially over time. And we also have to remember NFT.com on the way, which is most likely, if it hasn't been confirmed already, being built on Hedera. Thanks to Jordan Freed. Now remember, David Schwartz, Ripple CTO, said that micropayments could be one of the biggest use cases for crypto assets that many people are ignoring. So big congrats to all the interoperability that we see in projects that continue to build for a better future despite prices being down. Also wanted to point out when HBAR, because I believe iTrustCapital will be listing them shortly. I'm just not sure if they have to wait for Coinbase to list it first. I'd assume that a lot of these institutional market makers already are making markets for HBAR. We can see that iTrustCapital already has Algo, Cosmos, all the big players in this entire space. So be sure to check out the link in the video description. iTrustCapital is if you want exposure and cryptocurrencies in a 401k or an individual retirement account. I've had a Roth IRA here solely in crypto for quite some time now. And everything I make in terms of profits are tax-free, meaning I pay 0% in capital gains by leveraging a tool that's available for anybody in the United States. This company is already valued at well over $1 billion and is definitely a unicorn that you have to keep a close eye on. And after you create your free account and fund it, you'll also get $100 in free Bitcoin. So a little bit more on HBAR. So today on CoinMarketCap.com, we are ranked at 32. Now, if it were to be in the top 10 today, it would still be a 4 to 5x from here. I chose AVAX because this is ranked number 9, an amazing project, and this is just a comparison of an asset that's in the top 10. So really looking at that, of course, you can leverage tools like MarketCapof.com, selecting HBAR with the market cap of AVAX or Avalanche. And keep in mind, this is when the entire market is down a good 50%. So the question is, could we see a multiplier effect from this in the future when everything bounces back? I personally love looking at the HBAR price chart, just have an ascending channel. Of course, we did in fact close this wick, which coincidentally is right at the top extension of the 4618. And now if we actually have this trend-based fib before the impulse, then swing low, and if I drag it all the way over, you'll actually realize that from the high to the low, we're actually topping out at the 4.236 to perfection. Is a beautiful take profit zone. Now also look where we actually wick to, right to the 8 Fibonacci extension, just under 60 cents. Now keep in mind, this is a trend-based Fibonacci extension from the high to the low. We have assets like Quant or QNT, even Matic of Polygon. They both reached a full 34 Fibonacci extension. What would that price be for HBAR? Approximately $2.50. So do we see that 10x return in the years ahead? I personally believe so, and that's not financial advice. If you can't hold an investment for several years, do not buy it. This is called investing. It's not buy it now and then sell tomorrow. Next up, now this has to do actually with XRP as well as HBAR. We have Mr. Bedict. So, Bank Serve Africa selects TCS Banks. Who is TCS Banks? Well, you may have heard of Tata Consultancy Services right here, aka one of the biggest companies in the world from India. And funny enough, they are on Hedera's governing council, and they are also XRP powered and XRP enabled with their Quartz solution. Now I know we've done videos on this over the years, but just want to highlight this, that TCS Banks, which is owned by Tata, and their Quartz solution is powered by XRP to drive South Africa's rapid payment program. Now I know we talk about the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and I feel like the one that I speak least about is South Africa, so keep an eye on them. With billions of transactions worth trillions of dollars, Bank Serve Africa is Africa's largest automated clearing house. South Africa is also a known ODL corridor for sending XRP. Right here, Bank Serve Africa selects TCS Banks to drive South Africa's rapid payments program. Now, please recall there were other trials and experimentations with HBAR with South Korea, as there were with a variety of assets. I just want you guys to remember, if one central bank partners with a single crypto, they're most likely going to be partnering with other crypto assets or other projects. It will not just be one. This current landscape of legacy and traditional infrastructure is so messy and fragmented. It usually takes a few different projects and different types of developers to solve it and make it that much more streamlined. MoneyGram was leveraging XLM and XRP at the same time, one for front end and one for back end. Do not be surprised to see some central banks or other partners leveraging Hedera for one use or maybe Algo for another use case or any other altcoin. So this is an amazing thread. Highly recommend following Mr. Bedict. We'll kind of speed through a few more points. Cross-border remittances leveraging DLT-based ecosystems. As you can see, mentioning RippleNet specifically, Quartz solution on TCS.com or Tata Consultancy Services. Talking about crypto services, Ripple, Bitcoin, Ether, OTC desks, APIs, FX quote finalization, everything. Discussing leveraging TCS innovative Quartz smart ledgers, and decentralized architecture, and then mentioning Bank Serve Africa's customers will benefit from a secure real-time scalable solution. Now, please recall that South Africa's Intergovernmental FinTech Working Group, the IFWG, accepted Mercury FX. Who is Mercury FX? This is one of the first groups to go live with XRapid, leveraging XRP in history. Late 2018, they announced Mercury FX. So crazy to see that into the first cohort of regulatory sandbox for its work with Ripple and crypto exchange VALR or Valor. Next up, Zago, another ODL corridor, was also one of the 6 accepted and 54 applied. Wow. And then Mercury plus Valor should be 3 out of 7. So the cool thing is that we are seeing testing across the board in a variety of crypto ecosystems to make payments more seamless. Next up, shared by Blockworks, we have banks that hated Bitcoin in 2017, ING, JP Morgan, BlackRock, Credit Suisse, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, banks interested in Bitcoin in 2022, all of the above. BlackRock, the largest custodian of the world, is opening a crypto trading desk. Bank of America is a RippleNet partner. ING is also RippleNet. We have former Goldman Sachs executives working for Ripple. I had so much fun going over this yesterday, shared by Matthew Liny, and even going off of recent reports. So assuming 10% of the global population owns crypto assets today. Now, of that 10% of the global population that even owns a little crypto, most of that is probably in Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm not just referring to everyday people, I'm referring to even institutions. And so in my opinion, the opportunity for life-changing wealth is going to be in altcoins that are well under the radar. And Matthew Liny goes on to say, even if the majority of junk derivatives are wiped out, there is still hundreds of trillions of dollars in value that will make its way onto the blockchain. And now, friendly reminder, this is what he's referencing. Crypto, 2 trillion, and then the global stock market is over 100 trillion. We have real estate, which is several hundred trillion and growing. Metaverse is projected to be a $1 trillion plus market. NFTs, don't even get me started. This is like untapped potential. How can you tokenize all the value in the world? That's why I get excited. On another note, we have shared by RippleX Dev announcing the Wave 2 recipients of the XRP Ledger Grant Program. We're excited to award nearly $4 million in funding as well as technical mentorship to more than 30 teams from 5 continents to build innovative projects on the XRP ledger. Now, this is great to see additional funding because it is our job to spread the word about these development opportunities, because guess what? The more developers there are, the more builders there are in the space, the more we can do and the bigger the space grows. So awarded projects showcase the vast use cases for sidechains, including, but not limited to, NFT minting, charitable giving, remember this is on the XRP ledger, sports club memberships, restaurant retail orders, and data security. Also, we have this message, beautiful Just. Someone is pretending to be you sending me messages. So that is 100% a scammer. Friendly reminder, my only social media is linked on my Twitter. Right here, these are my specific handles, and I'd encourage you to actually just confirm the links in my YouTube video description. I do not have a Telegram. Anybody messaging you on any social media platform is an impersonator. And this is what I referenced yesterday. Stock investors, they can own a share or a piece of a company, and they can earn maybe dividends or just benefit from price appreciation of the said share. So if Apple or some company is very, very profitable, perhaps the value of that share also goes up over time. Now, crypto investors, we flip that model on its head. We have the ability to own a piece or fraction of an entire protocol that any company can build on and even use on a daily basis. Now, with that being said, crypto is one of the most risky asset classes in history, but it has those asymmetric returns, meaning those wins could be so powerful. Where else can you have that 10x potential? However, the risk is extremely high, and there's a high probability if you're not investing into utility and sound fundamentals long term that you could lose all of your money. Crypto's risky enough. I know some people will say, oh, Kevin, why do you own some assets in the top 10? Because the market cap is so high, there's no potential. For me, I want to hedge my bet and own assets that I feel are already well established and I feel will still be here in 2, 3, and 5 years, because I still imagine that this market cap of 1.5 trillion today does surpass dozens of trillions in the future. So imagine what the market capitalization of Ethereum would be at that time if we assume that it's still here. Very high. So with crypto, we are all venture capitalists and have huge opportunity. And friendly reminder, guys, do not just go buy a crypto because I talked about it or mentioned it. Finding a crypto that is legitimate and has a sound use case and maybe has a bright future is one thing, but finding a good entry is a whole nother challenge. So the best advice, not financial advice, is that you're most likely never going to buy the exact bottom. So if I talk about a project, familiarize yourself with it, study it for a couple weeks, sit on it, observe it, and then after understanding the tokenomics and the roadmap and the vesting period, and then start entertaining the thought of finding a good entry. Okay, so now we have Bitcoin back on top. Actually, earlier, Bitcoin was glitching on coinmarketcap.com, so it looked like there was no Bitcoin, and Ethereum gained the #1 spot and finally flipped Bitcoin. But alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check the links in the video description and create your free iTrustCapital account and get $100 of Bitcoin.